welcome back to The Roots. If you're back today, then you're back for Motivational Monday. And this is just our way of kicking off the week. So today's title is Through the Darkness and Into the Light. So basically just like learning how to understand where you are in your process and understanding that process is also progress. So what does that mean? We tend to often feel anxious or worried when something isn't happening as quickly as we feel like it's supposed to happen, or if we feel like, oh, I've been doing everything, I should be moving forward, but I feel like I'm at a standstill, or I feel like God took me out of this situation and now everything is on pause and I'm not moving forward as quickly as I would like to, or I'm not moving forward at all, without realizing that everything is a process. Growing plants is a process. Your own growth is a process. Your spiritual well-being, physical well-being, all of that stuff is a process. And so therefore, it becomes easy to get discouraged when you feel like things aren't moving on your timetable without realizing that God has his own timetable working for you that he feels like is right. And because he knows everything, he can see into the future, he knows when it's right to impose certain blessings on you. So our verse for today is Exodus chapter 14 verses 19 through 20. So if you didn't get that, that's Exodus chapter 14 verses 19 through 20. You can catch the verses down here at the bottom and read along. You can take your time, get to the verses. Exodus is the second chapter of the Bible. So take your time. I don't always get it right then and there. Now, Exodus chapter 14 verses 19 through 20 say, "And the angel of God who went before the camp of Israel moved and went behind them. And the pillar of cloud went from before them and stood behind them. So it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. Thus it was a cloud and darkness to the one, and it gave light by the night to the other, so that the one did not come near the other all that night." So, what does that mean? Okay, let's break it down. So, this particular chapter is talking about the Red Sea crossing. So, the Israelites are moving out of Egypt. The Egyptians, of course, are their enemies, and they're advancing on them as they are attempting to move out of Egypt and cross the Red Sea. And what it's saying is that the angel of God, who was originally before them, leading them out of this land, leading them out of this torture, now then moves to be behind them. And then a cloud falls over and creates this separation where there is night to those behind them and light to those in front. So to the Israelites, there's light in front, and to the Egyptians, there's darkness for them. What exactly does that mean? So the angels of God kind of work the same way, whomever your higher power is. The angels of God kind of work just like that in your life. So sometimes God will take you out of a situation. He'll send that angel to walk you right out of a situation, and then all of a sudden you feel like, oh, he disappeared. And right now, I don't know where I'm going, how it's working. I just don't know. But I feel like I made 10 steps forward and now I'm at a standstill. But in reality, that standstill is your angel moving behind you to block what is behind you. Because in order for you to move forward, you have to stop looking backwards. There is no way for you to move forward if you're constantly looking at what's behind you. If you're constantly worried about what's behind you, it's hard for you to move forward. So in order to do so, God will cover what's behind you, what's in your past, with darkness. That way it doesn't block what's in your future. And sometimes we don't understand it in that moment. Sometimes we don't get that time and that period where we're at a total standstill, where we don't understand what's going on, where we don't get what God is doing in our lives. And the key thing for you to always remember is everything is working in your favor. Everything is working for your good, even when it doesn't seem like it's working at all. Even when you feel like you're covered in darkness, even when you feel like nothing is moving, everything is moving in your favor. Everything is like puzzle pieces moving together to cover you and make sure that you are prepared for that next phase in life that you're about to move into. And in order to move into that next phase in life, you can't like be moving into the next phase and like you're like this the whole time. Like it just doesn't work. It's like you will totally miss what's in front of you by looking behind you. And in order to cover that, God will send his angels, or he'll send situations. Sometimes he'll send people to kind of move those things out of your way, to keep you from looking backwards, to kind of protect you in a way. And the way God works is he refuses to let your past be a hindrance to your future. At the end of the day, God is going to protect you from every single thing. Just because you have adversity come at you doesn't mean that, oh, God wasn't watching out for me. There's a reason for all of those things. Maybe that adversity was a way to block you from something in your past that you were about to turn around and head straight back into. And even for the Israelites, it was hard for them to understand why in the world Moses is leading us out of this torture, but then now we're at a standstill and we're just stuck here. And they frequently questioned it, like, why? Like, why did you come get us and take us out of this and now we're stuck here? Like, where is this land of milk and honey? Where is the greatness? Where is the promises? Where is all that stuff? And with that comes patience. Because at the end of the day, the three things I want you to remember is, whomever your higher power is, for me it's God. You are your higher power's priority. You are your higher power's passion. Your higher power created you and placed you here with the know-how that these are the things that you would encounter, these are the things that you would face, these are the things that would come at you. And before you can even think about the solution, he's already seen the problem, seen the solution, and is already working it out. So you have to learn to place God in the middle of what you're going through. So invite him into your problems, invite him into your life, and place him right in the middle. Don't place him behind. Don't just run to him when you're in that moment. No, place him in the middle of your situations at all times. That way he's there. He's present. He already knows what you're going through. He already knows what the problem is. He already knows about how, you can't get that second interview because you've been struggling. You keep getting the first, but don't ever get a call back. He already knows that you're having car problems. He already knows that your rent is due and you're behind on your bills. He already knows that. But you have to call him and be open to him being in the middle and in the midst of your problems, in the midst of your life, and trust the fact that even though you can't see the end, even though you can't see the solution, you're going to be happy and enjoy this day because you know that he's going to solve it regardless. Regardless of what is in front of you, regardless of what's behind you, what's to the side of you, what's to the left of you, whatever, he's going to solve it. Because at the end of the day, God will change his position in your life in order to match your circumstance. So when you want to be shielded from whatever is coming at you, God will place himself in front of you and be your shield. When you need somebody to walk with you on this journey, God is beside you to be your best friend and your comfort and walk with you on this journey. When you want to be shielded from your past, God will be behind you to protect you from seeing your past and allowing it to hinder your future. So God will always change his position in your life to match your circumstance and to make sure you get to that end goal that he's placed on your heart. But do not allow his change of position to make you feel like some way, somehow, he's not there anymore. No, he's always there. He's all around. So he's always there. However, he's just changed the position so that you can go through the process and also progress in the process, because processes are there to allow for you to progress. And there is no way you go through a process without highs and also lows. There is hills and there are valleys. There will be good times and there will be bad times. Everything that goes up must come down. Everything that's down must go up. You just have to have the patience enough to continue to have that faith that it's already worked out. Even when it looks as bleak as possible, it's already worked out, regardless. Like, only God has that power. He brought you into the world. He's going to take you out eventually. Only he has that power. You hear people all the time getting shot in the head and living, or having situations happen that didn't look like it was in their favor and it turning around 360. Only God can do that, or whomever your higher power is. Only they can do that for you. So you have to have faith. And faith is the evidence of things unseen in the absence. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. But faith is essentially you having that belief regardless of what you see around you. So even though you've seen the eviction notice, even though they told you your car was going to get repoed, even though your mortgage is late, even though the doctor told you that your health is declining, even though you haven't gotten the second interview, still having the belief that yes, I will get that job, or I'm going to get something better. Yes, I am going to be able to pay my bills. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to give it to God and go to sleep. Because like my mom used to say, worrying has never solved a thing. Not one thing did worrying solve. Not at all. So sitting down and harping on your problems and your challenges really just magnify your challenges and magnify your problems in your mind, as opposed to focusing on your higher power, giving those problems over to them and going to sleep or going to work or going for a walk or whatever, going to get some ice cream, whatever it may be. But letting it go and letting God or your higher power handle it. And stop sitting there and trying to figure out the solution, trying to figure out, oh, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to do this? Let it go. God already figured it out. Before you realized there was a problem, he knew it was going to be a problem, and he already got the solution. Let it go. Let God. Live peacefully, blissfully, and happy. If you are feeling like the challenges are just too much, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to hold on to your faith in these situations, I advise you to go read Psalm 23. That's a powerful psalm. The whole book of Psalms is powerful, but Psalm 23 is great for encouragement. It's great for letting you know how God is going to cover you. And that is actually going to be our next Motivational Monday, is Psalm 23. But if you need that extra oomph, go read Psalm 23 in its entirety. Go read it. So until next time, this is The Roots. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. But subscribe. You guys already know the deal. Like down below, comment down below. Subscribe button is over here. So, or it might be over there. But it's a red block that says subscribe always. So until next time, this is The Roots. Bye.